In the year 2026, empty shelves will become a common sight. By the time the others understand, you will have 33 critically important goods, the price of which will either triple or they will completely disappear. Welcome to Bunker Down Survival. I am going to present you with the most comprehensive inventory for the year 2026. This is not intimidation. It is pattern recognition based on supply chain data, economic indicators, and geopolitical reality. At the end of this video, you will have a complete shopping guide. I will tell you why each of these goods will become scarce, how much to stock up, and where to buy them before the rush starts. 33 items. Some of them will surprise you. All of them are essential. Let's start with the obvious, and then move on to what 99% of prepared people overlook. The first category is water and filtration. When supply chains collapse, the municipal water purification system becomes the first victim. The first goods to vanish are water filtration systems, Sawyer Mini, Life Straw, Berkey systems. These items will disappear first because everyone understands that water is essential. But what most do not realize is that filters have a limited lifespan. One Sawyer Mini filters 100,000 gallons. This seems like a large number until you realize that a family of 4 uses 400 gallons a month. That's 20 years, but only with perfect maintenance. Buy at least 2 different systems. Reservation can save lives. Prices range from $30 to $350, depending on the system. Purchase them now while they are available. The second item is water storage containers. 55-gallon food barrels, water bricks, collapsible containers. In the year 2026, they will be impossible to find. Why? Because when supply chains collapse, everyone suddenly realizes they need storage space. Here is your guideline. 1 gallon per person per day for at least 180 days. A family of 4 needs 720 gallons. That is 13 barrels of 55 gallons. Start acquiring them right now. The cost ranges from $50 to $80 per barrel. The third item is water purification tablets. Aquatabs, chlorine dioxide tablets, iodine tablets. A backup option for your supplies. Lightweight, with an unlimited shelf life, essential in emergencies or when the main filter fails. 50 tablets purify 50 liters for a 6-month supply, processing 2 liters a day per person. A family of 4 needs 720 tablets. That's 15 packs. The cost ranges from $12 to $20 per pack of 50. Total expenses range from $180 to $300. Take care of this now before the panic begins. The second category is food. Not frozen meals for $400 a bucket. I'm talking about real food that can be stored indefinitely and costs pennies per serving. The fourth item is white rice. Packages of 50 pounds of white rice. Not brown, as the oils in it become rancid. White rice stored in an oxygen-free environment lasts for 30 years. It has been found in ancient tombs and remains fit for consumption. An average adult needs 1 pound of rice a day for a sufficient calorie intake. The supply for 180 days for 4 people amounts to 720 pounds. This is 15 bags of 50 pounds each, costing between $15 to $25 per bag. The total amount from $225 to $375. This is thousands of meals for a few $100s. The fifth item is dried beans, pinto, black, red, lentils, a source of protein that can be stored indefinitely. In combination with rice, you get complete protein, all necessary amino acids. Store 1 pound of beans per person per week. The food supply for 180 days for 4 people amounts to 100 pounds. Mix types to ensure variety in nutrition and taste. The cost is $1 to $2 per pound. Total expenses range from $100 to $200. Item 6. Pasta. Durum wheat pasta, stored in airtight packaging, can last from 10 to 30 years. However, there is an important point. It must remain completely dry. If moisture gets into the packaging, everything will spoil. The consumption is 1 pound of pasta per person per week. The supply for 180 days for 4 people amounts to 100 pounds. Mix different types. The cost ranges from $1 to $2 per pound on sale. Total cost from $100 to $150. Quick preparation, familiar comfort food in stressful times. Item 7. Canned goods, protein, canned chicken, tuna, salmon, beef, protein that requires no cooking. When you are tired, tense, or injured, opening a can is accessible. Cooking dried beans is not so easy. A minimum of 3 cans per person per week. A supply for 180 days for 4 people amounts to 216 cans. Don't forget about rotation. The storage period is from 2 to 5 years. The cost is from $2 to $4 per can. Total expenses range from $432 to $864. Expensive, but necessary for proper nutrition and convenience. Point 8. Canned vegetables, green beans, corn, peas, tomatoes. Vitamins and minerals that cannot be obtained solely from grains and beans. Scurvy is a real threat, and a lack of vitamins kills slowly but surely. 2 cans per person per week. A reserve for 180 days for 4 people consists of 144 cans. The cost ranges from $1 to $2 per can. Total expenses range from $144 to $288. Buy on sale and stock up. Point 9. Vegetable oil, coconut and olive oils in dark packaging, ghee. Fats are necessary for hormone production, vitamin absorption, and calorie density. Without fats, you will slowly starve, even if you have enough carbohydrates and protein. A minimum of 2 tablespoons per person per day. The supply for 180 days for 4 people amounts to 3 gallons. Coconut oil lasts the longest. The cost ranges from $30 to $50 per gallon. Total expenses range from $90 to $150. Cheap, essential, with an infinite shelf life. Item 10. Salt. Pure salt. Iodine for thyroid health. Salt does not spoil, it is a mineral. But here is why you need a large quantity. For preserving food. You can salt meat, fish, vegetables. Without a refrigerator, salt is your main method of storage. 10 pounds per person for consumption. Add 50 pounds for preservation. The total norm for 4 people is 90 pounds. The cost ranges from 50 cents to $1 per pound. Total costs range from $45 to $90. Cheap, essential, with an indefinite shelf life. Item 11. Sugar. White granulated sugar. Unlimited shelf life as long as it remains dry. In addition to sweetening, it is suitable for preservation and is a source of energy in emergencies. High caloric density is important when food is scarce. 5 pounds per person per month. A supply for 180 days for 4 people amounts to 120 pounds. The cost ranges from 60 cents to $1 per pound. Total expenses from $72 to $120. Item 12. Honey. Raw honey. It never spoils, literally. 3,000-year-old honey found in Egyptian tombs is still edible. Has natural antibacterial properties, used for treating wounds, for sore throats, as an energy source in emergencies. 2 gallons per person for 180 days. For a family of 4, 8 gallons. The cost ranges from $30 to $60 per gallon of raw honey. Total expenses range from $240 to $480. Expensive, but the endless shelf life and numerous uses justify these investments. Category 3. Energy and cooking. When the power supply fails, how to cook 320 kilograms of rice and beans. Point 13. Propane. 20-pound propane tanks. Each tank provides about 20 hours of cooking on a standard camping stove. For 6 months of daily preparation, you will need from 10 to 15 cylinders. The cost to refill 1 cylinder is from $40 to $60. For a total of 12 cylinders, it ranges from $480 to $720. Purchase the cylinders in advance. Fill them gradually. Propane is stored indefinitely if the tanks are properly maintained. Point 14. Portable camping stove. A 2-burner stove. You don't need a single burner for tourists, you need a stove for cooking for a family. Acquire at least 2 stoves for backup. The cost ranges from $50 to $100 for a stove. Buy 2, from $100 to $200. If one breaks down, you can still prepare hot dishes. Item 15. Solar panels. Portable solar panels with a power output of 100 to 200 watts. They are not meant to power your home, but to charge necessary devices, radio receivers, flashlights, batteries. For communication, medical devices. A 200-watt panel costs between $200 and $400. A battery storage unit ranges from $150 to $300. The total cost of the system ranges from $350 to $700. It is a long-term infrastructure that is worth every penny spent. Item 16. Rechargeable batteries. Reusable batteries. You will need many of these batteries, as everything from flashlights to radios and medical devices runs on batteries. At least 48 AA batteries, 48 AAA batteries, or 24D batteries plus solar chargers. The cost ranges from $3 to $5 per battery. The total cost is between $360 and $600. Buy quality brands. Cheap batteries may fail at the worst moment. Item 17. Flashlights and lamps. LED flashlights and lamps, not cheap store products. Quality devices that will last long. At least one flashlight per person, plus lamps for lighting the area. 4 quality flashlights priced between $30 to $50 each, totaling between $120 to $200. 3 LED lamps costing between $25 and $40 each, totaling from $75 to $120. Overall, from $195 to $320. Item 18. Equipment for starting a fire. Lighters by the dozen. Waterproof matches by the hundreds. Kerosene rods as a backup option. Fire is life. Cooking, purification, heating, signaling. 50 lighters priced from $1 to $2 each, totaling $50 to $100. 10 boxes of waterproof matches costing $30 to $50. 3 ferrocerium rods priced between $15 and $30. A total of $95 to $180. Cheap insurance. Category 4, medical supplies and hygiene. In the year 2026, the supply chains for medical goods will collapse. Hospitals will limit resources. Pharmacies will run out. What you have now is what you will have then. Item 19. Extensive first aid kits. Not a basic $20 kit for the car. I am talking about trauma materials, airtight dressings, hemostatic gauze, rapid clotting. A quality trauma kit costs between $150 and $300. Add medications, antibiotics if possible, pain relievers, anti-diarrheal medications, antacids. General investments in medical supplies range from $400 to $600. Item 20. Over-the-counter medications, ibuprofen, acetaminophen, aspirin, antihistamines, diarrhea remedies, antacids. Everything you usually buy at the pharmacy will be unavailable. Stock up now. Each category should have a 6-month supply. The cost ranges from $200 to $400 depending on family size and needs. Update supplies based on expiration dates. Item 21. Prescription medications. Talk to your doctor now. Explain what you want to prepare as a supply for emergencies. Many will write recipes for 90 days. Some will help you gather the necessary medications. If you need insulin, blood pressure medications, thyroid drugs, start addressing this issue now. In 2026, the supply chain will fail. Item 22. Hygiene supplies, soap, solid soap, liquid soap, dishwashing detergent. Hygiene prevents diseases. In crisis situations, poor hygiene takes more lives than violence. 1 soap per person per month. A supply for 180 days for 4 people will amount to 24 bars of soap. The cost ranges from $1 to $3 per piece. Add liquid soap and dish detergent. The total amounts to between $100 and $150. Item 23. Toilet paper. Yes, toilet paper. Remember March 2020? It will be like this every month in 2026. But here's a smart move. Also, buy a bidet attachment and reusable cloth napkins. Toilet paper will run out. Water and fabric can be reused. At least 100 rolls. The cost ranges from $40 to $80 on sale. The bidet attachment costs between $30 and $50. Fabric napkins cost between $20 and $30. The total amount is between $90 and $160. Item 25. Women's hygiene products, menstrual cups, reusable pads, disposable items in bulk. Half the population needs this every month. They will disappear from the shelves. A 6-month supply of disposable items will cost between $60 to $120, plus reusable options as a backup ranging from $30 to $80. The total amount will be between $90 to $200. Item 24. Toothpaste, toothbrushes, and dental care. Dental infections can lead to death. Without antibiotics, a dental abscess becomes life-threatening. Stock up on preventive measures. 4 toothbrushes per person per year. A tube of toothpaste per person per month. Dental floss. Mouthwash. The total cost for 6 months ranges from $80 to $120. Item 5. Tools and materials for repairs. When services cease, everything will have to be repaired independently or done without. Item 26. Hand tools. Basic set. A hammer, screwdrivers, pliers, wrenches, a saw, an axe. Quality hand tools that do not require electricity. In 2026, electric tools will become useless without a power grid. A quality basic tool, set price between $150 to $300. Add specialized tools as needed, costing between $50 to $100. The total amount ranges from $200 to $400. Buy once, use for decades. Item 27. Packing tape and repair materials. Packing tape, Gorilla tape, repair patches, sealants, glues. Everything eventually breaks. Spare parts will be unavailable. Repair is your only option. 10 rolls of packing tape, 5 rolls of Gorilla tape, various sealants, and glues. The cost ranges from $100 to $150. Item 28. Floats and ropes, tear-resistant floats, paracord, rope, shelter repairs, water collection, equipment protection, emergency structures. Floats are the packaging tape for shelter systems. 3 to 4 durable pontoons of various sizes, costing between $100 and $200. 500 feet of paracord priced from $40 to $60. Quality rope ranging from $30 to $50. Total amount from $170 to $310. Item 29. Work gloves. Leather work gloves, several pairs. Injury prevention. When hospitals are overcrowded, a cut on the hand can become infected and threaten life. 6 pairs per person engaged in physical labor. Cost from $15 to $25 per pair. The total amount for the family is between $180 and $300. Item 6. Communication and information. When cell towers fail and the internet goes down, how do you get news? How do you communicate with family? Point 30. Emergency radio with a manual drive, emergency radio with a manual drive, weather alerts, solar panel, USB charging, AM, FM, and shortwave radio. Information is survival. A quality radio station for emergencies costs between $40 and $80. For reliability, it's better to buy 2, which will cost between $80 and $160. Point 31. Two-way radios. Long-wave radios. Don't choose a cheap package with a range of only 1 mile. You need real radios with a range of 20 to 35 miles. A quality GMRS radio set costs between $100 and $200. Additional batteries and chargers will cost $50 to $80. In the end, it will amount to $150 to $280. Item 32. Reference books. Physical. When the internet disappears, physical books will become invaluable. Medical reference books, edible plants, mechanical repairs, food preservation, first aid, survival skills. A necessary reference library costs between $100 to $200. Knowledge accessible without electricity, internet, or permissions. Category 7. Security and defense. I will not tell you which weapons to buy. That is your decision, based on local laws and personal beliefs. But I will talk about the security system. Item 33. Security infrastructure. Motion sensor lights, solar kits for door reinforcement, window protective film, perimeter alarms, a layered security that doesn't require firearms but makes your home safer. Strengthening doors cost between $100 and $200. Protective window film ranges from $150 to $300. Motion sensors and alarms range from $100 to $200. The total cost of security infrastructure will be from $350 to $700. Security lies in restraint. 90% of threats seek easy targets. Make your home look prepared, secure, and hard to access. Most attackers prefer easier prey, storage, and organization. You have a list, 33 critical items. But where to store all this? You don't need a warehouse. You need organization. Basements, storerooms, space under beds, shelves in the garage. Update supplies. Label everything. Create inventory lists. Start with the most critical items: water, food, medical supplies, then add additional layers: tools, energy, connection. Gradually accumulate supplies over 90 days if you can't buy everything at once. The total cost for a complete accumulation of 33 items will range from $5,000 to $8,000 for a family of 4. This may seem expensive until you realize that food prices will rise by 12 to 18% in 2026. Your food supplies are actually increasing in value, providing security. Conclusion. This is the reality. Economic indicators point to significant disruptions in 2026. Supply chains have become more fragile than ever. Geopolitical tensions are rising. Climate events are occurring with increasing frequency and severity. I am not saying that collapse is guaranteed. I am saying that violations are likely. These 33 items are not about living in fear. They are about living with confidence. When empty shelves become a reality, you will calmly watch news reports because you prepared while it was easy. Start this week. Choose 5 items from this list and buy them this month. Then another 5 next month. In 7 months, you will have everything. Or you can wait and hope. Hope that the experts are wrong. Hope that supply chains stabilize. Hope that the year 2026 will be normal. But hope is not a strategy. Preparation is a strategy. Which of these 33 items surprised you the most? Leave a comment. What are you going to stock up on first? Share your priorities in preparation. Subscribe for news on preparedness and survival. In the next video, we will discuss the vulnerability of the energy system in 2026. You have 90 days to strengthen your home. Prepared people survive. Stay alert. Take care of yourself.